because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with the one and only Andy Lee. Andy, Paddy Donovan, your charge is over there. Just seen him do a little bit in the public workout. Didn't give too much away, but how's that man been looking in camp?
Very good. We've had a great year so far. Consistency together, time together. We're training in Dublin. I finally got it to where the fighters are coming to me now. I'm not on the road all the time, and they're seeing the benefits. It's hard to get sparring for Paddy. It's hard to get opponents for Paddy. It's even hard to hold the pads for Paddy because he punches like a mule kicks. But and he loves the big stage, so we're expecting a big show from him.
No bigger show then. Kate Taylor, homecoming, Dublin, packed out arena. Look at this public workout. Look at the crowd that's came out here today. So obviously he's made for the big shows. Can you see him one day headlining a show similar to this?
Yeah, I'd love to bring him to Limerick. I'd love to have him headline a show in Limerick. Something I did years ago when I was fighting, but I think maybe people who are not from here will be surprised on Saturday how well Paddy goes down, how well Paddy is known. Very charismatic, and I was shocked. I took him to Belfast when Conlon was fighting. He just signed with Top Rank at that stage, and I was just amazed how many people were just drawn to him. They didn't even know who he was. He was still amateur, but he was just getting photographs taken left, right, and centre. So he's a star in the making, and he just needs time and experience in the ring. He's got a tough fight now. Samuel Mason's no slouch. Fought Dalton Smith recently, so he's of that grade, and this is a step up for him. But one he's ready for.
147 welterweight division is historically a dangerous and a hot division, a deep division, a stacked division, a talented division. That man, obviously it's hard to win a title in the 147 because the amount of fighters are in that division, like I just said there. So how far is that man away from being? Because he is talented, the amateur background that he has got, he's putting these guys, or the guys he's fighting, he's doing it with ease. I don't think he's got out of third gear yet. So how far away is he from getting one of these minor titles, if not a major title?
Yeah, it's probably after this. We need to start getting title fights, just building him a little bit, just so he has something for himself, like to put on the mantelpiece and show off on Instagram. But listen, I'd never seen somebody knock out as many sparring partners with big gloves and big headgears on. I've been boxing in gyms my whole life, and I don't see anybody doing it's shocking. I'm tying someone's glove, I turn around and someone's on the ground. You know what I mean? And Paddy doesn't even try. So it's he's that good then. Yeah, he needs experience and time. Experience and time are the two things that you can't buy. But we got that with him. He's young enough. There's a good scene here in England and Ireland. But the international stage is high. It's tough. The standard is high. And as I said, time. He's only 23. When he's 28, 27, that's when he, what a fight will he be by that stage in his development with all the experience and fights behind him. He's 10-0. Let's see when he's 20-0.
And you mentioned there that you fought in Limerick, I think two or three times. You fought in Dublin 2 or 3 times early on in your career. I think it was 2007, 2008, or whatever it may be. Then you went out to the States. You fought in Germany a couple of times, but you spent most of your career out in the States. Obviously, Ireland has been starved of big-time boxing. Did you ever see an event like this happening? Did you ever see it coming with any of these Irish fighters?
Yeah, it's long overdue, and I knew there's a great appetite for boxing here. You can see these people here; they're all just turned out just to watch these guys do a workout. Boxing in Ireland, boxing is synonymous with Ireland. The history, look at the history of boxing from the start. They're all Irish fighters, Irish names. So it goes back to the start of boxing, and still to this day, there's still great fighters coming out of Ireland all the time. It's a conveyor belt of great fighters, one after the other. So it's been a frustrating time, and it's been very hard as a coach or a manager to build fighters because there's no homegrown fights. You have to go abroad, you have to go to England or America, and you have to beg for fights off promoters. But now fights in Ireland, hopefully it's the start of something big, something good, more often, more permanent. Katie Taylor, Gary Cully, hopefully Paddy, Michael Conlon up in Belfast. The talent is here. We've got the headliners coming through. We need regular shows.
You mentioned Katie Taylor then. Talk to me about that fight with Chantel Cameron then. I mean, 2 undefeated girls, 2 undisputed champions. Both of them throw about 100 punches a minute, not even a round, a minute. What kind of fight are you expecting?
Hard fight for both. Katie couldn't have picked a harder fight. Cameron couldn't have picked a harder fight. You know, in terms of coming here to Dublin and fighting Katie. Yes. Katie made the fight, you know, with her tweet and her Instagram posts and stuff that. You know, I spoke to Brian Peters before it. I said, great, Serrano's pulled out. She can get Katie a nice fight now. He's like, she only wants the best. She wants the hard fights. So it is the hardest fight for the both of them. I think Katie will sneak a points win. I think it's going to be tough though. Tough. Cameron will come to fight. She's got a great engine, great fighter. So we'll see. We'll see.
Paddy Donovan is known as the Gypsy Prince. Like Jonathan Banks. Banks, yeah.
Turned pro together in 2006. Yeah.
Both coaches as well now.
Yeah, we're living on, carrying on Emmanuel's legacy. Yeah.
There we go. Brilliant, brilliant. Like I said, I was going to say that Paddy's known as the Gypsy Prince, and I do want to touch on the Gypsy King and your thoughts on this whole Saudi Arabia mega deal with the 4 top guys, Fury, Wilder, Joshua, Usyk fighting each other. We've heard good things from every camp, but Tyson Fury's not been his usual self on social media, so he's very, very quiet on this thing. You know him quite well. What's your thoughts on this whole situation?
I don't know a thing about it. I'm reading like everybody else. I'm not even reading about it because I've heard it all before. And Tyson the same. Tyson uses social media as a tool. He only uses it for his own end. When he wants to promote something or make a fight. That's it. I know he's enjoying his time off. He was on holiday recently, but listen, Tyson's sick of it, I think, and until the fights are signed, and even then, until you're in the scale and you got him in the ring, you're never sure. This day now, at that level anyway, there's so much involved, but for me, I don't know anything about it, but I believe it when I see it. When I see it happen, when it's announced, when they're all on a stage together at least, then I believe it's going to happen. But until then, it's all talk.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but can you imagine, you've been in the sport long enough, Andy, can you imagine something of this magnitude? When have you ever seen something of this scale when you've got undisputed heavyweight title on the line with Wilder and Joshua, 2 megastars in the sport as well at their own right, fighting on the what you say on undercard as a co-main event as well. So can you see something like this happening?
Do you know more about it than I do, probably? But is it going to happen?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you know? Is it going to happen? I've got no idea, to be honest. No idea.
We're talking about theoretical stuff. Like, let's say we put Muhammad Ali against Superman. Crazy, you know? Let's make the thing happen. If it's going to happen, it's all just pie in the sky stuff. It's a million miles away. It's in Saudi Arabia. These fights in America, England. Listen, if it happens, a good fight. Great for boxing. It should happen. Why shouldn't it happen? But there's a lot of stumbling blocks, money, ego, everything else. If it can happen, if it can be done, if people are genuine about making it happen, then get it on. But until then, what are we talking about? We're talking about something that doesn't exist.
There you go. I'll bring it back to Paddy the Gypsy Prince then, obviously. Good fight for him coming up on Saturday night. What can we expect from him? Can we see him get out of that third gear?
Yeah, listen. Sam O'Mason is a good fighter, but a good opponent for Paddy. So Mason was training for a fight, just got called off. He called Matchroom, said he'll take the fight. We find it very hard. We had a guy from Scotland, Callan, he pulled out. A couple others pulled out. So O'Mason's probably a better fighter than all of them in terms of his reputation and experience. Paddy, I back Paddy. I train him obviously. I think you're going to see something special from Paddy. Listen, it's his opportunity now. I've done my job. I've managed to get him on the show. Got him a great opponent. I'll train him to his peak. His weight's good. He looks good. He's just got to go out there and do the business now. He needs to sell himself in the ring. He can do all the social media, do all the meet and greets, look good in the pads. He's got to go out there and do it in the ring now. So I'm waiting for it as well. But I'll be there to help him all the way.
Andy, one final one then. Where can I get one of them hats? I like it.
This is from 2006. Emmanuel got these hats made. Yeah, Richard Sloan. Do you know Richard Sloan? He's a great artist from New York. Does all the posters and Ring magazine covers. Do you know the paintings of fighters? Yeah. Richard does those. He designed this. Can you see it there?
Yeah.
Look at the back.
I didn't even see the cronk on the back, man. That is a nice hat.
Emmanuel got this made, so it's an original.
Original limited edition, so I won't get my hands on one. But
I think you will.
Andy, thanks very much, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,